Please listen carefully to the following instructions before proceeding. You should be seated comfortably. After hearing these instructions, you will be handed an object. For a short time, you will hear audio guiding you to project your awareness, physical, mental, emotional, etc., into the object in your hands. This object is worldly. This object is the world. This object is arbitrary. For the duration of each passage, utilize this object as a pathway through which you channel your utmost awareness. There is no right or wrong way to do this. At the end of each passage, you will hear the following sound. Upon hearing this sound, you will drop the object, and you will be handed a new one. This process will be repeated for a number of times. The number is arbitrary. This is intended to be a practice of presence. Do your best to allow the object to operate in place of your usual mental processes as the audio plays. Remember, the object is for your use to aid you in maintaining a state of conscious awareness. Let the object absorb your being. You may close your eyes or take other such measures that contribute to your ability to be present throughout the duration of this process. It may help to focus on your breath if you find the mind to be particularly active. Remember, presence is only found in the moment at hand. The object is the moment. The object is arbitrary. If you are not comfortable with following through with this process, please feel free to leave your seat and forfeit the procedure. The operation will begin shortly. Begin. How would one operate with little cuts on each of the fingertips? Hands, how would they hold? Smooth things, rough things, small things, large things. How would washing the hands change as a practice? How would washing the hair play out? Individual hairs become blades to the delicate creviced surfaces. What would it take to heal the cuts? How does an overdue apology manifest in the body? Does it have weight? Does it have volume? What spaces does it occupy? Does it linger? Does it move? How does it move? Sometimes the rage is quiet, like decay, admissible as background. Your own rage. The rage of someone you love. That of someone you hate. That of the earth. How does forgiveness emerge from an untouched wound? Does one tend to it or allow it to breathe? What is better for healing? The sensation of being outside, as the sun emerges from the clouds. To be embodied is often a harrowing thing. What would thoughts sound like without words? Look like. Feel like. Smell like. Taste like. Is experience a matter of framing, or content? How to see without looking? Stumble upon overlap between projection and reflection and then straight-armed nosedive into it. Feel the body immersed in putting air the way image finds solace and security in form, informed by emanations sourced from abstract center. That which follows dimension which follows point which points to multiplicity's undeniable dance with oneness. throwing it around like a rag doll, surrendering to play between gravity and force and knowing that this is precisely its essence. Let legs dangle light and limp, an homage to a notion of choice. The question of passivity is valid reaction. Existence is affirmation enough. You will now turn around in your seat and share an object with another person. Please take this time to readjust your position. The procedure will otherwise continue as it has. Remember, presence is only found in the moment at hand.
Returning to the source. Picture this. Infant cradled in loving arms. Delicate neck. Limp and brimming. Learning support from the trained hand of a grandmother of 5. Fledgling head the size of a small coconut. A bit more hairy and a bit less hard. So light and tender on the palm, a tummy just slightly bulbous, connecting softly twitching limbs slowing to a slumber. To believe one's own body was once so small and vulnerable. So precious and protected. Is this the same body? Is it vulnerable in the same way? Is it held? If so, how is it held? The skin may function for the self, how objects do for space. Is this the same skin? How is this skin? How is the body?
Thank you for your participation. The procedure is now over. Questions to consider following the practice. Were you able to maintain presence? If not, what was stopping you? If so, how did it feel? Are you more or less likely to practice presence after this procedure? Did the presence of others affect your ability to maintain this state of deep awareness? If so, what effect did it have? Are there contexts in which you would rather your presence be kept private? How does presence manifest in the private and public spheres? Did you feel attachment to the objects of your presence? Do you feel attachment to the objects of your presence? Operation completed.